So we've been noticing fades are coming back, and you like to be in a position where you hit a draw, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one thing I notice when I look at your video of your swing is you get in here and your hands get really high with no depth, okay? When you start coming down, you move a little bit away from it and try and push it back there, but you just cut across it. Now, if you want to get into a draw pattern, it's not a good matchup to have the shaft pretty steep and the club head moving straight towards the golf ball, okay? You want it moving away. So we need to increase the amount of turn you have in your backswing. Now, the second thing I notice is that you start creeping yourself aiming right of your target, okay? I have a feeling that creep is not happening because I asked you where you like to set up when you're trying to hit a draw, and you say that you naturally would set up aligned with your target and then get the path more out when you're in past seasons when you've hit the shot you want to hit. So what I want you to do is make sure we have the alignment stick down there to, or the club down there to work on our alignment. Now the next thing I need you to do is feel yourself getting a little bit more turn, okay? So go ahead and set up. The first thing we did is get you in a position where you feel a little bit taller at address, right?
Yep.
The pelvis is more underneath you, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now, when you start going back, I'm going to grab your hip here. I want you to concentrate. 3, 2, 1, stop. We'll set up again. Take the club back. I want you to concentrate on getting this hip turned more in your backswing, okay? That's going to free up your shoulders to turn more. That's going to free you up with more depth. Now, you notice how the right leg extends a little bit when you do that? That's perfect. But getting that extra depth and turn is going to go a long way for you hitting a draw. So try and get that big turn for me. Go ahead and give me a good shot. That's a nice little baby draw right where you're aimed. That's really good. So we talked about it a little bit. One of the things, one of your keys when you started with this is you got 0 turn out of your trail foot, 0 push out of the trail side. So I want you to concentrate on getting into a finish position where you get this toe up into the ground, pelvis facing your target, everything rotating through impact. So go ahead and give me a good swing real quick without a ball where everything turns. Beautiful. That's a good finish. Now, the other thing we did with you to start is we changed up your grip, okay? You were in a position where you were pushing the butt of the club way in front of your front hip. It was angled way out here. Your hands are way forward. We want you to be in a position where everything stays centered in the beginning. You get a big turn, and eventually you get the shaft more forward by letting your chest turn, okay? So that's the end goal. The final thing I want to do with you is get you in a position where you're not interlocking anymore, where you get that pinky more over here and we go into an overlap grip, right? The goal is at the current moment, you have a pretty neutral lead hand. Your left hand is very neutral and your trail hand would be very strong. It's underneath. That's not a very good matchup. I'd be okay if you were strong and then neutral, but I need to get this hand covering the thumb more. So that allows you to do it. That's perfect right there. So you see how you can't even see that thumb really?
Yeah.
Okay? That's where you want to be. That's going to get you more control out of your right hand when you're swinging at it. So the first thing we need to work on with you is putting you in a position where you can get a good turn without moving your pressure towards the golf ball. So we just looked at a video and we see with you that you struggle massively with early extension, right? Anytime your pressure starts crunching too far down to the golf ball, you're going to look to create space in your downswing, right? So your first move out of that position when you get down here is to go this way, okay? So I just want to work on a few little solid fundamentals when you set up. So go ahead and set up to that golf ball. First key, I'm actually going to move you a little bit closer to the golf ball. Scoot a little bit closer. Now, feel like you're taller. There we go. Perfect. Grip that club for me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Everything feels really tall, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. Now, next thing, I'm going to get your chin up a little bit more. I'm going to try and create space where you're now able to move that arm under that chin, okay? And the last thing I want you to concentrate on in this backswing is getting this lead knee, instead of moving straight down towards the golf ball like that, to move in towards your trail knee in the backswing, okay? So take this club up to the top. See how much taller you are now? That feels real tall, doesn't it? Yeah. Compared to where you're usually at. That's the feeling we want, height in our backswing. We want to create space between you and that golf ball every time, okay? So just feel yourself getting taller. You're gonna feel a little bit closer to it. Setup's taller, backswing's taller, everything's taller. Your head is now farther away and you have all the room you need, okay? Hey guys, if you like this video, please like and comment. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thanks a lot, you guys.